all the excitement that you see about Ram Mandir is because it's a 500-year aspiration. And there is a whole history to it that most people who are just looking at the news channels may not understand. There is a lot of intricate history, but still it took this long for something so simple, which was destroyed and which had to be built back as it's been done in every other culture. But somehow, unfortunately, political forces and all kinds of things, it went on. But now, what does this mean? Why Ram now? See, if you look at Ram's life, nearly 6,000 plus years, I think, ago, till recently, he still had real estate issues. That long. When he was alive, at the age of 19, he was coronated as a king. But due to some politics, he was banished into the forest. With his newly married wife, she's not an Adivasi, she's a princess, unfit to live in the forest, I'm saying. But he had to go, knowing how difficult it is to live in the jungle with this young woman. His brother left his family and he also went because it's not a honeymoon, it is for hardship. Somebody is being sent into the forest not for honeymoon, but to see that their life becomes very hard. So his brother goes with him to assist. And his other brother, who feels that, who is now coronated, who feels a great injustice has been done to his elder brother, doesn't want to sit on the throne. So when Rama, Sita and Lakshmana are just walking out of Ayodhya at that time, he comes and says, there is… all these artists in Chennai have a funny story about this because there are musical and dance pieces around it, that when he's just leaving to the jungle, his brother says, please give me your footwear, I will place your footwear upon the throne and I will rule in your name, but I will never sit on the throne. This is out of his humility. But when a man is going to the jungle, you take away his footwear. I'm saying how many difficulties. Good people those who intend good things and those who intend evil things, both of them causing lot of trouble to him. Then he goes to the jungle as if that was not enough, as they were settling down, then, here comes from Sri Lanka a visitor and kidnaps his wife. Sri Lanka is not next door, that guy is supposed to have an airplane. He went away in his Vimana, but Rama doesn't have an airplane. They steal your wife and take her away. Not today, you don't know where is Sri Lanka, you don't know what it is. You have to walk 3,000 kilometers to get to Sri Lanka. But the man makes the journey. He is a king. Wife goes away, he can find a local solution. But he's not that kind. He wants to get his wife back because he feels, one thing is he loves her, another thing he feels he should not allow this injustice to go unpunished. So he goes, he doesn't have an army, just him and his brother. Two young men walking 3,000 kilometers. You know the story because here we are in Tamil Nadu, here people call him Raman. This happened, there he was Ram, when he entered Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, we called him Rama. The moment he came into Tamil Nadu, they made him Raman. He came here and looked, it's an island, you have to cross it. Then you have to get the local people to build some kind of a makeshift bridge. Then you have to build an army with the local people, go across, fight. Unfortunately, had to burn down a a beautiful city, and kill your enemy, who also is a great devotee of Shiva. So Rama is regretful. He knows he's kidnapped his wife, he has to do what he has to do, but he's very regretful that he's killing such a great devotee. And then he comes back and he goes into Himalayas to repent for 1 year because he killed a Shiva devotee. Then he comes and becomes a king after 12 years of exile. Then his wife is pregnant. Then once again a political situation arises where citizens are gossiping about his wife and they're saying, what kind of a queen mother do we have? She's been out for so many years somewhere. So, where a man holds the subjects that he rules upon more important than his own family and his personal emotions and his hardships and everything. So he sends her into the jungle once again, a pregnant woman. For a king, he's going to have his progeny, it's not a small thing. And there is no sonogram, he does not know whether it's boy or girl or boys or girls. Well, she goes into the jungle and delivers 2 boys, he doesn't know. They grow up to be 12-year-olds. See, in a man's life, if anything truly terrible has to happen, knowingly or unknowingly you kill your own children, that is the worst thing that can happen to you. He almost did it, very close, fortunately it did not happen. And then he never got to see Sita, she died in the jungle. I'm saying his life is a serial disaster. So why so much spirit about Ram? Because this is a civilization which values mukti or liberation as the highest value. Through all this serial disasters that are happening to his life, he remains unfazed. He is not an insensitive man, he is not a ruthless man, he is very gentle, he is loving, but he doesn't become angry, he doesn't become hateful, he doesn't fill himself with angst and negativity. He does tapasya for having killed his enemy. This is the quality we are bowing down to. When we say Rama, we don't say a god, we say Maryada Purushottam. Purushottam literally means a very superior human being. This is what people have been bowing down to, this is the fundamental ethos of this civilization. So, Ram temple is not a religious thing, as you know, there are political overtones to it because of so many things, but essentially, it is a civilization reclaim. It is a civilizational aspect, moving from simplistic belief systems of there is a God somewhere and he will take care of everything for us, or he will take us to heaven, from that to individual human beings working for their emancipation, individual human beings longing and seeking their liberation, how to transcend the limitations of our physiological and psychological processes, that even when we are alive here, how to be beyond that. So any human being, if he rises beyond that, not being in a cocoon of protection, being out in the world, even fighting a battle, how to fight a battle without anger, without hatred, this is what he displayed. He fought battles very fiercely, but without anger, without hatred, without any kind of angst against the enemy that he was fighting. So this if you do in your life, you also become a Maryada Purushottam. So here, it is not about gods descending from heaven. This is a civilization where human beings can rise to become divine. This is the possibility, this is the yoga, this is the spiritual process, this is the land. And this is important not just for Bharat, this is important for the world. As in the video, something was coming out like that. See, in my estimate, in the next 35 to 40 years, at least minimum 70% of the people will not ascribe to any religion. Dogmatic religion will be out in the next generation. Right now, in United States, I'm talking about 2018 statistics. In 2018, before the COVID, in all the forms that citizens fill up, 29% of the people say no religion. In United Kingdom, 32% of the people say no religion. In Western Europe, 43% of the people say no religion. I am telling you, in another 35 years' time, over 70% will be openly declaring no religion. When this happens, the aspiration to meet God, the aspiration to go to that cocoon called heaven, when this goes away, what will human beings do? One thing is, they can become alcoholics, drug addicts and crazy things, doing all kinds of stuff, or they could become meditative. I have already asked you this question, I am asking you once again. M for mental illness, M for meth, M for marijuana, M for meditation. What are we going to make out of this world? This is the important responsibility. In this direction, this Ram temple and similar structures which represent that quality is important, but because people need iconic representations to aspire for that.